Greetings RC friends, welcome to Props and Wheels and to the first review of 2022. Today I have a camera drone from Banggood. I purchased this for about $25. It was $24.62 and with the shipping it cost me $27.30, which is great. It has a camera, it came with 2 batteries. It is called FLYHAL E69 drone. And it doesn't have anything too sophisticated like GPS or high resolution camera, but it should be a nice drone to be able to fly indoors as well as outdoors. I will call these kind of drones not really toy grade, but beginner drone. So let's open it up and see. So here it is, all the contents. The package is very basic, came in a cheap plastic clamshell, that's fine. The drone itself, it is a folding drone. So let's fold out the arms. I wouldn't call it like a micro drone, it's between mini and outdoor size. I think this can be flown indoors as well as outdoors when there's not much wind. It looks nice, I mean typical. The camera is on this mount that you can just manually change the angle by going up or down. The most it goes down is about 45 degrees as you can see. It doesn't go any further, but probably don't need. There is something here. Is this a camera? No, probably not. I think there's a place for a camera for downward facing for optical flow positioning sensor, but it is not, I think. And here on one of the motors I found this tiny little screw. I don't know where it came from. It may be one of these, but nothing seemed to be missing. So all the screws, I have to recheck everything. Just make sure. Maybe this was from the factory, it got stuck to the magnet of the motor. So I'll keep it as a spare over here. And then the controller, the transmitter. Let's see how many batteries it takes. It takes 3 AAA batteries. Then there is the phone holder. That should be going in here like this. And interesting, the top is pretty plasticky. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to hold my thick Samsung phone. I may have to take the casing off for it to stay. And all the buttons are labeled. I love that. You know, sometimes you get a transmitter, nothing is labeled, so I start putting little sticky tape and then writing on them. But here everything is well labeled. Here you have photo and video button. And here is the 3D roll for this doing flips. And then I can tell like these are trim buttons probably for the right hand stick. And then this should be the speed button. I'm assuming that it has like 3 speeds, low, medium and high in terms of rates, how fast it flies. This may be the headless mode, I'm just guessing, and this should be takeoff, 1 key takeoff and 1 key land buttons. Very nicely presented. The drone itself has the battery, one of the batteries already on the back. As I mentioned, this is the 2 battery version, so they put the second battery in this little package. What else do we have? The ubiquitous micro Phillips screwdriver for opening this and as well as replacing the props. And they gave one of each type of prop. One is A, one is B. So as you know, on the drones, there are 2 types of prop. One is counterclockwise rotating, the other one is clockwise rotating. So when you are replacing, you have to replace A with A or B with B if you ever hit the wall and then break something. And what is missing in this package, in my opinion, I have to check if there is nothing else, are the prop guards. Usually these come with prop guards. They attach over here, and I have seen those like that before. Very similar on very similar drones like this, but this one doesn't have it. They should have put that in the package. I mean, how much more will it cost? Probably a couple cents. And it will probably help a beginner flying indoors because you are bound to hit the walls or the furniture, so it will protect the props. And here is the charger, so it just connects to a USB adapter and then the other end goes directly to the battery itself. I like that because on some drones and helicopters, it goes onto the body of the drone. So in order to be able to charge the battery, you have to have it inside the drone. So it's not like that. This has its own port. And then the instruction manual, it comes in 6 different languages, as you can see, and it's a color. It feels high quality. And I'm just going to skim through it. It has color images for the app, and then here there are the QR codes for the app, depending if you have an iPhone or Android phone. It looks like a well-written with little schematics and images, screenshots of the app. So overall, it's a nice package for what I paid, about a little over $25. So when I connected the battery, the red light came on. It means it's charging. The light will go off once the charging is complete. While the second battery is charging, let's take a closer look at the drone and the transmitter. So this is what I would call a mini drone. It's not really micro. It's not really the ones that are the toy drones. This is maybe one level higher. I'll call this one the beginner drone, or kind of like a transition drone. It is really small, very compact. The way you fold the arms, you do the bottom ones first and then the top ones, otherwise these get in the way, as you can see. The front ones next, and this way it will easily fit in your pocket. Of course, not the back pocket. If you sit on it, it's going to break. The plastic quality is good. It doesn't feel too brittle. It's kind of like a soft touch to it. The camera in the front, it can just tilt up and down. This is not very tight, so it may move a little bit. I wish they did it a little tighter. Like if you push it all the way up, it just tries to come back. So there is a sweet spot where it just stays on. And if you try to pull it too far down, it will also resist you a little bit. So the camera angle can be changed about 45 degrees, not 90 degrees. There are 2 white LED lights in the front. Let me turn this on by just pressing on this button. So they are blinking right now, as you can see. And to bind it to the transmitter, you turn on the transmitter. The left stick is the altitude and rotation stick. So with this one, in order to bind, you go up and it will beep, and you go down and the lights stop blinking, meaning that they formed a connection. So now this drone is bound to this transmitter. This drone has altitude hold, meaning that you do not need to modulate the throttle stick. The left-hand stick going up and down controls the altitude changes. If you push it up, it's going to go up. It is push it down, it will come down. At the center, it should hold its altitude. That's the reason it's called altitude hold. This is done via an integrated barometer. And usually these kind of drones tend to drift a little bit up and down, a couple inches up and down. The higher the quality, the less drift. Now this drone doesn't have, as I mentioned, an optical flow sensor, meaning that it doesn't have a downward facing camera looking down at the image and keeping it in one location from that image. So when you are flying this indoors around objects or outdoors in the wind, this is going to drift. So it's a very basic drone, but as I mentioned, I like the controller because everything is labeled. And the way you calibrate this drone, just using the transmitter, you don't need the app to fly it. You pull both of the sticks to the lower right hand corners, like that, and then the lights will blink quickly and it does the calibration. When you are doing that, make sure it is on a flat surface. And to start it up, you pull these down and out, both of them, and hold it there for like a split second, like that, and then it will start the motors. And then to turn them off, just pull down the altitude stick, the left stick. And there is also, of course, one key takeoff and landing. I'm not going to show it here because you have in close quarters. But I'll come to that very quickly. Now, the app provides a lot of functionality. And the biggest one is being able to take videos and pictures. And when you take those, that will be saved on your smartphone. You download the app using one of the QR codes. My phone is on Android phone, so I'm just going to close the other two QR codes. So it goes to the Play Store. And it is this app, VSFPV. And I already have this app for another drone. And just opens it up and waits for us to connect to the drone. You go to the Wi-Fi settings of your phone, and this should come up as VS-1080p and with some numbers. And that's the network, the Wi-Fi network of this drone. So you select that and it will start connecting. Now the reason it's called a 1080p because it is claimed to have a 1080p camera. So this is an HD camera. Of course, we are going to test it out later. And once we take some videos, I will include them in the review and I will indicate what resolution they have. Now it is connected. The next thing, we are going to go to its app, which is VSFPV. So let's start that app. And once that app starts, let's connect. It's connecting right now. And now we have live feed. As you can see, we have live feed. And it looks like the camera is not a fisheye or wide angle camera. It is just like a regular camera because this is looking really close to my face. And it is not giving a wide view of the room right now. So this is not one of those fisheye cameras that have a wide viewing angle. In order to be able to control the drone with the app, what you have to do is just push that button called off. It will turn it on. And then you have to put it to altitude hold because this app can be used with other drones as well. And some of them are just regular drones with the throttle control, no altitude hold. So we have to put it in the altitude hold mode, which is those two triangles facing each other. And now as you see, the left-hand stick came to the center. Now it's in the altitude hold. And then you can change, of course, many other things. So in the middle top, you have the rates, 30%. You click it once, it becomes 60% and 100% and go back. And then this is the gravity mode. Right now activated. So the phone is horizontal, the right stick is centered, and then you go forward, back, right, left. I don't like this mode, so I always prefer flying with sticks. And if the transmitter is not available, just use this manually with my finger. And then if you go to the settings, you have different things like this is reversing the image. Let's press once and then it's turn the image upside down and press it again, it will bring the right side up. The second one from the top that under Rev is the virtual reality view. So if you have these goggles where you can slide in your phone, you can slide that in and then have kind of like a view through the drone's camera and it will feel like you are actually riding the drone. So let's turn that off. This must be the headless mode. It's showing the north, south, east and west. And then on the bottom of it, this should be the calibrate, but it doesn't look like it's working because I press it and then I don't see the lights blinking. So again, you have to, in order to calibrate, you pull both sticks to the lower right hand corner. And that's the app. There is also the camera and then video, so you can just take a picture. So it looks like it took a picture. And let me try again, rotate it and then see if I can take a picture by using this button on the transmitter. It just blinked. I don't know if it saved it or not. Cannot tell. And then I'm going to start the video using the app. So it should be recording now. Let's stop that. And then I'm going to do long press here. It should be recording now, but I don't see it on the app. Maybe when the app is on, maybe it doesn't record that way. In any case, I'm going to long press again. If it has been recording, I'm just going to stop it. And then there's like the music button, and you just select the music and then record probably a music video. Let's close that. So probably these are the one key takeoff, one key landing, and emergency stop. Okay, let me now turn off the app. So let's see if I'll be able to use these buttons to take a picture. I'm going to press it again. Maybe just take a picture of the box. Okay, this time it made a sound, and then maybe like do a long press. Yes, now the app is showing actually the video is recording. So you can either use the app when it's on, or, let me stop it, or the transmitter. When the app is on, you can use the app, and when the app is off, you can use the transmitter. Let's see if it's going to let me take a picture using the app right now, although it's off. It sounds like it had a click, so it sounds like it took a picture. Let's take a video, start the video. Is it taking the video right now? We'll see. If it does, then I'm going to put it in the review. Let's stop that one. Okay, I think this is enough, and let's do an indoor flight.